Welcome to my YouTube channel, Rick Surowicz Watercolor. At any time during the video, you can click on the link in the lower right hand corner to subscribe to my channel. If you want to learn more about my online courses, my YouTube videos, or my workshops, you can click on the link that appears at the end of the video. Hi everybody, this is Rick. I'm in my studio, and today I'm going to be doing an easy landscape intended for beginners. It's going to be a bit of a seascape, and I'm going to be working on a 5.5 by 7.5 inch sheet of paper. So it's not real big. It's a small painting that fits nicely in an 8 by 10 mat, a little frame, if you choose to do that. And one of the things I want you to think about as I do this is a little bit is value. Here's a value scale. If you don't have one, it's a good thing to have. But I'm going to be focused on a dark value, middle value, and a light value range in this little composition. So, some values that land in here, some that land in here, and some that land in here. So keep that in mind, and also think about, I'll be talking about the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. So my placement and dominance of those values will help build depth in my little painting. So in this particular painting, I'm going to have lighter value, kind of a light value in the background, middle value in the middle ground, and a dark value in the foreground. It's not always that way, but that's how I'm going to do it for this painting. So I'm going to be keeping this subject very simple. I'm going to keep the drawing very simple, and the color scheme very simple, because we don't want to make too complex. It's just a very simple little painting that you can do. So for the drawing, all I want you to do is go up about 2/3 up, and just draw a light pencil line across, and that's going to be the horizon line. And then come down just a little bit from that, and just draw a line out, maybe halfway or so, maybe not even quite halfway to the center, and that's going to be our middle ground base. That's really all the drawing I'm going to do. The rest is going to be done with a paintbrush. So to start out, I'm gonna put a big wash over the whole area. I mean, it's not a big area. I'm going to be using this round wash brush for this. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to this view so you can see more of my palette. And I'm going to take a little cerulean blue. I'm going to add a little ultramarine to get a little darker. I'm going to take some of this sap green. You don't have to have these exact colors. You can paint this actually with any colors. Just try and keep it kind of analogous, so all together on close to each other on the color wheel, on the one side of the color wheel. So this gives me kind of a blue-green, kind of a sea blue-green. And what I want to do is now I'm going to paint starting at the top. I'm going to bring this down, and now I'm going to start to add some water. So I'm just reloading my brush with water right now, clear water. I've crossed over that imaginary horizon line, still keeping it light with water, but you can see there's pigment in it. And now I'm going to take a little darker here. Let's see, not too much. I was starting to add a little too much water into my paint. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to start working up, and then I'm going to start to add some water. And kind of come up to where I was at. So now I have a kind of a gradated wash, a gradated value, a little darker here, lighter in the middle, a little darker here. And what I want to do is I want to dry that, because it's too wet to paint on any shapes that I want to paint. I'm going to pick up this excess water because I'm working at an angle. Gravity brings it down, and you want to get any of this around the side, because if you dry it with a hairdryer, which is what I do, you'll blow those beads right into that. So I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to come back and start painting some shapes on it. So now that this is dry, I can go ahead and paint some shapes on here. And I'm just using a round brush, and what I'm going to do is take a little bit more paint. We work with it kind of the same kind of a blue-green at times. And I'm going to take a little, let's see, I'll take some ultramarine, a little rose madder. Get a little more blue in this. And this color here is it's a royal blue. It's a little different blue. I just want to get this to more of a kind of a blue violet. We'll get there. All right. So I'm going to be working in the distance to start. So I'm taking this kind of violet, and I'm just going to paint with this light value right where my line was at, my horizon line. And I'm just going to paint this just like it's a, it's a distant tree line or little hills, rolling hills, whatever you want it to be. It's a peninsula or something sticking out. And so you can see that, and I've added a little bit of water to my brush to lighten that in some areas. But it's light value, and I'm gonna put just like there's some little islands or something out there. So that starts to give us our first piece of land. I actually want to get that bottom a little straighter. It needs to be consistent with the horizon line that I'm going across, so I have to continue that on. So that'll work for us. Very simple. And now I want to dry that, and then I'm going to go to this line. I'm going to put a tree line here that's going to be closer to it. Okay, so now I'll take a little more blue. I'm going to add a little more of my rose madder. Maybe some of this blue-green to gray it down a little bit. So now I'm going to be working in a kind of in a middle range here, middle value. I'm going to actually add, this is raw sienna, and it'll gray this down a little bit for me. I don't want it to be too bright. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of paint in a tree line. So I'm just going to start, put it in, it's just a kind of a shape of a few trees, firs or evergreens of some sort. But a lot of it is just going to be, I'll see the tops of them, but it's going to come down and make just kind of a larger shape. And I get a little of this blue-green in here. And you don't want the edges to dry on them as you paint this. You want to keep it going at a pretty good pace. So this ends up being one shape. I'm going to get a little more of my cerulean blue and a little of that green with the violet, and just add a little bit into here. Not getting too fancy or anything with the trees, right? I've just seen a kind of a tree line. Just a whole line of trees. I'm not painting individual branches or anything. It's pretty much a silhouette. And so I'm going to go across here. Actually, going to get a little larger brush for that. It's starting to get a little too small for the shape I'm painting. Bring this along. down a little. I'm going to put just a little bit more shape to the tops of these. Just as some trees that are kind of reaching out of the tree line. Just making it interesting. I don't need a lot of that. So there we have that. And I want to get a little more value in here so I can't really see that line cutting across. Maybe just a little darker with that. Alright, so now I'm actually going to put just a touch of a darker value along the base. So now that's more of a middle value, and I want to dry that because then I'm going to put some darker value shapes over top of that. So now this is dry, so I can paint over top of it. And I'm going to be working with a dark mixture here. So I'm taking some of my royal blue. We got a little too much paint there. I'm going to take some of this royal blue. I think I'll take some alizarin crimson. And you can see how dark that is now compared to what I was working with. And now, let's see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in a tree, let's say it's closer to us, it's in the foreground. It's going to go up over top of that one a little. I want to keep it very dark valued. A little more red. Probably not too much though. Actually, I'm going to keep it more on the cool side. I don't want to get too crazy with the colors. And now this one's going to be a little shorter. And I'm going to paint the rest of this foreground. And I'm going to use a bigger brush because if I use a teeny tiny brush like that, you're going to see all the little brush strokes and it's going to start to dry. As I paint this, then this big brush, you can make some nice bold strokes. And if you want to give the impression of some rocks or something here, you can. Pretty much keeping it a silhouette for the foreground here. And I'm going to take my brush with a little of this value, just a little lighter maybe, and put just a few marks on the shoreline over there. And then I want to just a little lighter, so I'll blot it lightly with a tissue. And now I'm going to dry this, and I'm going to put some texture. I just drug my finger in there, but I'm going to put a little texture in the water just to kind of give the suggestion of waves. So that's dry. And now I'm just going to take my brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this violet and go horizontal. Just the tip, and give the suggestion of a few waves out here. And I'm using this darker tone because this is, these darker values are here in the foreground. My middle values are more here, and my lighter values are back there. And I'll just still put a little touch there, but just enough, and if you wanted, you can make it look like there's a rock, a few pieces of rock out there. You don't want to make them the same size, and then maybe a few ripples around those. Kind of like that. It doesn't need a whole lot more. Now I'll dry it. Now it's dry. Now you can certainly, get more involved with a subject like this. I kept this simple on purpose. And now the other thing you want to do, you don't have to. You could end right here. If you want to put a little more interest, you could take this. This is a nylon brush. It's an angle. I dip it in water. I take the bead off, and just agitate the paint a little bit with that water, and blot it with a tissue. And I can do that here if I wanted to give just a little bit. Repeat that. Few of that. Just a little of that in there. And then a lot of times for me, it looks a little too much like I lifted that out. I'll come break it up. I'll just put a few touches of paint so it's looks a little more a part of the tree. I want that to be a very light wash here. So it looks like there's some branches in front of it, or some pine needles or whatever. So it breaks that up. And that's about it. So like I said, very simple painting. Here's a little 8x10 mat I put around it. And very simple subject, simple drawing, right? Just drew a line here, painted in the rest, and there you have just a kind of a simple. It's an analogous colored seascape, and you could use any number of colors. You could use a more vibrant color for this initial wash. You could make it a warm color if you wanted. I kept this predominantly cool by choice. So I hope you enjoyed this and have a little bit of fun painting it.